What's up, everybody? This is Warhawk Beyond 2040 in the house, once again bringing to you another edition of the Batwoman review series. And today I'm going to be reviewing last week's episode, which was episode 3, entitled Down, Down, Down. And the reason why I say last week is because I haven't had an actual chance to watch last week's episode. So I'm going to be reviewing last week's episode, and I'll also be reviewing this week's episode. So I'm going to be doing episode 3 for today because I haven't had a chance to get round to watching this, but I've just finished watching the third episode of Batwoman, and I have to say it was actually really damn good. I really enjoyed it. It felt like the first 2 episodes was more of a double pilot, like a 2-parter pilot, because Kate Kane hasn't yet to find her feet as Batwoman, because as we all know, everybody in Gotham thinks Batman is back, but we know it's not really him. So with that all said, this episode, it feels like Kate Kane has decided, you know what, screw it. If I can't be Batman, then I'll be someone else, but different. So we kind of got to see more of that. And also this episode, we saw the live-action debut of Thomas Elliot, played by Gabriel Mann. And for those of you hardcore geeks out there who know who Thomas Elliot is, he's the childhood friend of Bruce Wayne. And of course, for people who have read the graphic novel or read the comic books, you know who Thomas Elliot will eventually become somewhere down the road. So we got to see Thomas Elliot's, I wouldn't say he's the main villain for the show, but it looks like they could be building him up as the main bad guy. But he was the main bad guy for this week's episode. He was essentially calling out Batman for a fight because he blames Batman for the death of his family. As we all know, you've probably all read the graphic novel and the comic book, so you know Thomas Elliot's motivation and why he hates Batman so much. So we got to learn more about why Thomas Elliot hates Batman so much and why he wants to basically confront him, so to speak. So we got to see a lot of that. That was cool. One other thing we did get to see, which I was really happy about, we finally got to see the debut of the Batwoman costume that we all know and love, which is the red wig, the red symbol, the red cape, red and black. Love it. I'm a big fan of red and black when it comes to Batman, or Batman in general. It just looks awesome as far as I'm concerned. So we got to see Kate Kane debut the classic Batwoman suit, and she confronted Thomas Elliot and they went at it. So that was a lot of fun. Also, in this episode, we learn that Alice has joined the Crows, so maybe this is her way of trying to troll her dad. Who knows? We'll just have to see more about that. We also learn that Alice knows that Batwoman is Kate Kane, so that was quite a good scene to see those two have a little exchange with each other. We even got to see Alice take out Thomas Elliot and come to Batwoman's rescue. So that was quite an interesting little twist in that relationship. I love to see how that's going to play out over the course of the show. We also saw that Sophie is now the bodyguard of Mary, much to the annoyance of Mary. And we got to see Mary learn more about why Sophie and Kate's relationship fell apart. So that was quite a good couple of scenes there. But I have to say, I think the way they introduced Batwoman right at the very end, where she officially made her debut as the protector of Gotham, I thought that was quite a nice ending. The ending of that kind of reminded me of the first time we saw Batwoman back in the Elseworlds crossover back in December of last year. So that was kind of like a callback to that scene. We also saw Catherine's apartment being broken into by Alice as she left a pack of playing cards by her dressing table. So that's going to be quite interesting how that will play out, and wondering how does Catherine fit into this whole saga. Also, we saw the debut of Kate Kane's latest love interest named Reagan, so it's quite interesting to see how that relationship will play out. She works as a bartender at Thomas Elliott's function do, so that should be quite interesting. I'm hoping they're not going to drag out that relationship too long, because I want to see more Batwoman action, but I don't mind it. If it works for the story, I'm totally down with it. So overall, fantastic episode, lots of action. Great to see Thomas Elliott finally make his live action debut. Looking forward to seeing more cool scenes with him and Kate Kane. I thought Gabriel Mann and Ruby Rose had great chemistry, so looking forward to seeing more of those two together. And yeah, looks like the show is finding its place in the Arrowverse, getting off to a really good start, so let's see how it goes the rest of the way, and so far so good. I've just learned that Batwoman has been gone from having 13 episodes to a full 22, so obviously the show can't be doing that bad if they've signed up for now 22 episodes of season 1. So I'm really pleased to hear that, so I'm really looking forward to seeing more and more of the show flesh out as we go along. So overall, top episode, lots of fun, lots of action. So what did you guys think? Did you enjoy this episode? Was there a few things that you liked? Was there a few things you didn't like? Leave your thoughts and comments down below, and I will return this week with another edition of the review series of Batwoman, and I will be reviewing this week's episode, which is called Who Are You? So until then, take care everybody, and I will see you all next time. Bye for now.